After an uncharacteristically chaotic North Bergen Board of Education meeting last week, Superintendent of Schools Dr. George Solter wanted to set the record straight about Larry Wainstein and the North Bergen Federation of Teachers union contract.
First off, Solter refuted an allegation made by Wainstein where he claimed the board recently approved a stipend of $40,000 for Mayor Nick Sacco, also the Director of Secondary and Elementary Education.
No, that did not happen. And actually, any time that someone receives a stipend, there has to be a posting for that stipend. In addition to that, then it has to be accepted by the board. And when there's payment that has to be made, there has to be a resolution granting payment of that stipend. And we saw no resolutions that were actually backing up that claim. We have all of our board minutes online. So what you can do is you can search our website for all of the board resolutions that we have passed at the meetings. It's located right on our website. The only thing that happens is that we have to wait to post them online until the next board meeting because the board has to pass the minutes within a resolution.
In a text message, Wainstein countered that just because something isn't in the minutes doesn't necessarily mean it didn't happen. Everything they do is deceiving and criminal. Certain people requested Oprahs and received nothing. This is why it's important to videotape each meeting and compare it to the approved minutes. If not, they do whatever they want. Their history of criminality speaks for itself. Solter added that he is glad meetings take place monthly for employees such as teachers to voice their concerns, but is dismayed when he sees someone with outside interest turn the forum into a circus before discussing the teacher's contract.
I did talk to the Federation negotiators a couple of times, and I heard what they had to say, and there's some differences between the Federation bargaining unit and the board's bargaining unit in philosophy and also in the direction of finances. One of the things that we have to do is, we have to become fiscally prudent, make sure that there's sustainability within a contract and sustainability within a school district as we move forward. We've been held flat as far as funding is concerned by the state government. We're also under adequacy as far as our state aid. And when you have flat funding, it's really negative because each year things go up. Every year, based on the guide, the salaries of the teachers go up. Each year, the heating costs go up. Each year, the lighting costs go up. Each year, there are incurred costs. So when you have a flat funding from the state Department of Education, you're really behind as you're moving forward. So what we want to do is we just want to make sure that when we get a contract with the Federation of Teachers, that we want to make sure that it's something that can be sustained and we don't have to let teachers go in the future. And so that the budget doesn't explode, and therefore we have to release and we have to then decrease services, increase class size, and there are things that are happening that way.
The superintendent further stated that one thing that was largely overshadowed at last week's POE meeting was that the administrators had their contracts settled, accepting pay increases of 2.9%, 3%, and 3.1% a year over the course of 3 years, the same offer the NBFT declined.
But do you think this is something that's going to be settled in a week, a month, 3 months? I mean, any indication?
We are constantly talking with the Federation of Teachers. We've had a number of meetings with them. I believe we have one scheduled sometime this week. I want to keep the dialogue open and want to make sure that we are talking back and forth between each other. At any time, we can change from a negotiation session to an informational session. And when there's an informational session, I can come in and I can listen to their concerns, and I have no problem with that. I try and make sure that I tell them that I understand what they're saying, and that we will then go back and we'll talk about that as far as the board is concerned.
I'm John Heides with the Hudson County View, the eye of the community.